What's up, people? It's your boy Leveled Head back with another video. This greasy boy, I tell you the truth. Anyway, this is a continuation of the power of perception. This is going to be part 2, and it's going to be titled "Power of Perception When Numbers Lie." When numbers lie. All right. Now, let me make a correction from my last video. I said that Bruce Lee was PG. Actually, it's not. It's actually rated R. I was wrong on that, so I need to correct that. For any one of these cats jump up here and say, "Leveled Head, you wrong, exposed, and all that crap." Okay, there you go. Correction. Doesn't matter though, cause still my point was made. You know, even Sucker Punch right there. That is PG-13. I'm messing with the camera, but it don't matter. Anyway, so this is going to be the power of perception when numbers lie. Now, in a debate with Hip Hop Gamer, and the cat told me to put some music behind my videos. I'm not going to do it for this one, but I'm going to take your suggestion. I used to do that, but I'm going to start back doing it. Anyway, a reoccurring point was being made by Hip Hop Gamer and a few others within the debate about how with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, you know, the PlayStation has 70-something million user or an installed base of 70 million something, and the Xbox 360 also has an installed base of like 76 million users, right? Just totally neglecting the fact that the Wii has almost 100 million users, you know, an installed base of 100, right? But, you know, let's just excuse, let's just, you know what I'm saying, dismiss the Wii because it wasn't an HD, you know, it wasn't, you know, as capable as the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So we'll just call that an anomaly. We just put the asterisk beside that, you know, the Wii, even though it sold 100 million, don't even worry about that. We just gonna look at what, you know, Sony and Xbox done, and since the Wii U is HD, we'll look at what it's doing. Now, you know what I'm saying? So I asked the question, I said, within the first 4 months of the PS3 and the Xbox 360 sales, what did they sell? What was their install base? You know, I asked Hip Hop Gamer that. He couldn't answer. So I told him, you know, Xbox sold about 2 million, PS3 sold about 2.4 million, right? Now, we all know within 4 months, the Wii U has sold right at 3 million, a little bit over 3 million units, right? So the install base is there. Is incomparable. But, you know, you have a lot of people within this community say, well, the Wii U is not going up against the PS3 and the Xbox 360. This is with the PS4 and the 720. Okay, but why keep, when you want to talk about why they're not putting it on, games on the Wii U, why you keep bringing up the PS3 and the Xbox 360? But I, you know what I'm saying, regress. I won't continue down that lane because I got another point to make. So, when numbers lie. Now, there's a lot of factors that you got to look at before you say an install base is what it is, right? Now, you look at the PS3, 70-something million install base. You know, then you factor in how many, you know what I'm saying, revisions the system seen. You know, you had the Slim, then you have the Slimmer. And I use examples. You had BG who went out purposely and traded in, I think he traded in his Slim for the Slimmer to make a YouTube video. All right, you factor in how many people possibly went and done that. Then you factor in the folks who had the fat PS3s who possibly went and bought and traded in that one for the slim version of the PS3. All right, so we are not. You can take off about 5, you know what I'm saying, maybe 5 to 7 million people probably done that. You know, because, you know, the old fat PS3s, some kept theirs because it had backwards compatibility. Some, you know what I'm saying, it did have some issues. And, you know, the Slim might have been, you know what I'm saying, better looking to some and, you know what I'm saying, fit better in their entertainment, you know, spot. You know, it might have been more roomy for them. And, you know, you never know why people do what they do. I didn't step into the PlayStation 3 into the Slim. So, That's what I bought. That's what I still own. All right, so you can factor in on that 70-something million. You can take off about 5 to 6 million. So you looking at about 60 to 67 million units sold. All right. Same with the Wii. You know, even though the Wii didn't really have no, outside of skin or colors, the Wii was pretty much the same all the way through until, I think, Christmas in Canada. They released that Wii with no internet and no backwards compatibility. So, you know, and then you could add in failure rate, and you could probably say out of that 99 to 100 million, you probably got about 95, 92. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Kid might have spilled something on the Wii and it broke, and, you know what I'm saying, insurance didn't cover that. They had to go buy. So let's say about 5 to 7 million folks might have rebought the Wii, or some might have bought 2. You know, you never know. You know, so we could say, even though it sold 100, actual user base might be 92, 93. You know, even though the PS3 sold 70-something million, the actual user base might be 62, 65 million. Okay, now let's look at the Xbox. And this is where I want to get to. This is where numbers lie. The Xbox really didn't sell in Japan. It sold in Western areas, but mostly in America. All right? You look at a lot of facts with the Xbox. The first Xbox 360s that came out had no HDMI, had no Wi-Fi, right? Failure rate was 30%. So every 3 out of 10 Xbox 360s when they first released failed. But actually, you know what I'm saying, that's just what was reported. We don't even know how many people just went out and bought a new one just because. So, you know what I'm saying, because I know mine failed. I know just about everybody I watch on YouTube talk about how they had the red rings of death. So I would say almost half, if not over half, of every Xbox that was released in 05 to about to they, you know what I'm saying, made the Slim, was pretty much half to 60% of those things was failing. All right. So you factor that in. Then you factor in all the, you know what I'm saying, remodels. You had the white systems, you know what I'm saying? That's what I had. I had the premium. You know, that was the best you can get at that time. Then you had the Elite come out, which, you know, had HDMI, no Wi-Fi. Then you had the Slim come out, which had HDMI, Wi-Fi with improvements on the overheating issues. Now, let's look at that. Now, I use a person within this YouTube community. You look at a person like Next Gen 720. He loves to brag about, he loves to show his money. He loves to show all his iPods, or whatever else he got. He loves to show how many Xboxes he had, right? Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of them was because he probably started off with the white Xbox, no HDMI, probably bought the Elite to get the HDMI, then he probably bought the Slim to get the Wi-Fi, HDMI, and the improvements on the overheating. So you look at a person like that, that's 5 to 6 Xboxes in one house, right? Then you look at the failure rate, because I had an Xbox 360, I traded it in for the Wii U because it had already had the red rings of death, and I feared it was going to do it again, so it wasn't no point keeping it. I'm not the type that's going to buy a system 2 and 3 times. If you fail on me, I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Nintendo. They rarely ever fail. So you look at all the people that bought a new system because their system failed and it wasn't under warranty anymore. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at all the folks that went out and bought, you know what I'm saying, the Elite because it had HDMI and they could get true, you know what I'm saying, HD quality visuals. You know these graphics whores out here, these folks that love, you know what I'm saying, they graphics, right? They wanted HDMI, so they went out and they traded in their white 360 for the black Elite 360 to get HDMI. I wonder how many people went and done that, right? Then you have the Slim come out, and you see the Slim now has Wi-Fi, so you don't have to run cards all over your house if you choose not to. And it has improvements on the overheating issue. I wonder how many people went out and bought that. Now, you see where I'm going? You probably had, out of that 76 million install base, you might have actually only had about 50 to 55 actual people buying the system and constantly rebuying the system, right? Because it doesn't even sell in Japan. Let's factor this in, people. When you look at the sale rates over in Japan, you look at when they put up the sales, you look at all the sales from the 3DS, the Vita, the PS3, the Wii U, the Xbox 360, you know what I'm saying, PSP. The Xbox 360 is always in 300, 350. No, not 1,000, 300. 300, like $300 in your pocket. 300 systems sold in a month over in Japan. And other, you know what I'm saying? Come on, people. So let's look at this. This is numbers lying. This is when numbers lie and when journalists and people paint a picture that is not necessarily true. The PS3 probably has everything that they're saying. Mine is about 5-6 million actuals install base. You know, you can subtract that 70, you can subtract 6 million, and that's probably what you got. With the Xbox 360, you could probably subtract 15 to 20 million actual unique sales, meaning that's a new person buying it. Because a lot of these sales was repurchases. You know, a lot of these sales were people trading in their old one to get the improvements on the newer one. You know, because I almost went and bought an Elite because I wanted HDMI cables. You know what I'm saying? I got an HDMI TV. I got the Xbox 360. You know, I'm hooking up the components. We all know the components really don't do it justice. We know that it's really HDMI that brings out what, you know what I'm saying, high definition for real. So I almost was tempted to go buy, you know what I'm saying, the Xbox Slim. But I thought about it. I said, heck to the no. Not spending no $300 on another Xbox. I'm just going to wait till, you know, the new stuff come out. When the Wii U hit, I'll get that. And whatever else come after that. I wasn't finna spend because I spent $500-something on the Xbox 360 that I had. Right? So, unique sales, you probably had about 50 to 55. I might stretch it to 60. But really, in all honestly, with a fail rate of 30%, with the many different redesigns the Xbox 360 had, and the improvements that it brought with those redesigns, with HDMI coming with the Elite, and HDMI and Wi-Fi coming with the Slim, plus improvements on the overheating issue and the red rings of death, I'm pretty sure you had millions of folks flocking out to their Best Buys and to their GameStops and to their Walmarts and Targets and whatever else, and you know what I'm saying, Toys R Us, wherever you go to trade in their old 360 and cop the new and the latest version of the 360. Like I said, just look at Next Gen 720 House. Look at what he loved to boast and brag about. Look at what he loved to show. He showed a lot of Xboxes. Some even bought just for collector's reasons. You know, he a true blue Xbox, you know what I'm saying, Microsoft fan. I ain't hating. You do this your money. You know what I'm saying? You know, money ain't no, you know, you say it don't, you know, rain to a river, whatever you say, rain drop to a river, it don't hurt you. So you do what you do, right? No hate over here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got your microwave sitting beside your TV and all that. I'm just messing, man. You know, that's his PC. He loves to brag about his new PC. But anyway, I'm just wondering, are the numbers lying? Are the numbers with the Xbox 360 lying? Are they skewed? Are they, you know what I'm saying, are they like with baseball and steroids? Do they got an asterisk beside them? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that went out and bought 3 and 4. I know a lot of folks who bought and rebought Xbox 360s. You know, you had a lot of people that traded theirs in and then went back and bought it again. You know what I'm saying? Right here in this community. So how many people actually done that with the Xbox 360? And if that's the case, why do we continue to say that the install base for the Xbox 360 is 76 million? Why don't we factor in all these? Now, there's articles out there that you can find that tell you exactly what I'm saying. So I ain't making this up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pulling this, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere, out of thin air. I'm literally stating stuff that has been argued. I even saw folks and videos in this community where folks have made this same argument. I think even Shokio has made similar arguments that I'm talking about. But in that debate with Hip Hop Gamer, you see just how strong perception is when you have a group of people controlling the perception. When you have journalists who control what you accept as truth, you accept it without even looking at the facts and without even taking into account the evidence that is before you. Look at how many different redesigns the Xbox 360 went through and why. Look at the failure rate of the Xbox 360 when it first came out. Look how many people had to buy new systems. Some wasn't covered. At one point in time, they wouldn't even acknowledge that it was a problem. How many people bought new ones in that time frame? You know what I'm saying? Who has, you know, that raindrop to a river, you know, mentality. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want y'all to think about when numbers lie. And then you look at, I'm going to end it right there. I might continue this in another video and I might drop that either tonight or tomorrow. Deuces.